What's going on, guys? Sports by Dustin here, bringing you guys another daily pick video. Don't forget, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button while you're at it, because both those things really do help me out. I would appreciate it. We're going to be building out a NBA, MLB prize pick slip using Daily Grind Fantasy, which you see here in front of you, to compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to apps like PrizePicks, Underdog, all your favorite DFS apps. This tool helps you find the best value by comparing to the sports books and what they have their odds set at, their lines set at. Really useful tool. If you guys want access to Daily Grind Fantasy, linked in the description of this video, you guys can get access to it. Now, we're going to start building this slip out. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of MLB, a little bit of NBA for tonight as well. But we're going to start off with some MLB. Marcus Semien, over 6.5 player fantasy score. Here on Daily Grind Fantasy, they have a projection that, obviously, DraftKings, BetMGM, they don't have a player fantasy score market for MLB that you can bet on actual fantasy scores. But Daily Grind Fantasy on the back end computes what the even lines are for the player props that make up player fantasy score for MLB on PrizePicks, right? They compute that, take the even lines, and then come up with a would-be fantasy score for those specific books, right? So these are projecting about 7.7 fantasy score for Marcus Semien. So this is off by about 1.2 fantasy score. So there does seem to be some value here on PrizePicks taking the over for Marcus Semien in the MLB. So we're going to go ahead and add in Marcus Semien over 6.5 fantasy score. And then our next pick is going to be Jesus Luzardo, right? Over 32.5. It's at 35.4 and 34.4. So clearly PrizePicks is off when comparing to those two other sports books in what their would-be line is. Off by about 2.4 fantasy score, which is a decent amount for a pitcher. So Luzardo, welcome to the lineup. We're going to go ahead and add in Luzardo over 32.5 fantasy score. All right, we have two MLB plays sitting in the lineup. Next up, I am going to go ahead and refresh and make sure we're getting the best possible props. Bobby Portis, under 1.5 blocks plus steals. The market, the sportsbook market, which is exactly what we're doing here to find these plus EV plays, right? We're comparing. The market has Fliff minus 155, Caesars, BetMGM minus 145, minus 140, and DraftKings minus 130 for Bobby Portis to go under 1.5 blocks plus steals, right? Pretty big, right? Minus 142 average odds across those four sports books. So the market basically is telling us this has a very good chance to hit at about 54.49%. And we get this at the best possible odds at minus 119 in a PrizePicks 5 or 6 flex slip. So let's go to NBA, get Bobby Portis into this slip. It's going to be under 1.5 blocks plus steals for Bobby Portis. So we got our first NBA play of the night into this slip. Up next, we're going to keep this into a Friday slip because that's what I kind of mentioned here in this video. We're going to go ahead and come down to Randy Arozarena, 54.37%, over 7 fantasy score. Let's go ahead and add that in. So back to the MLB. Once again, off by comparing to what these sports books would have this at by about 1.1 fantasy score. So still off by a decent amount. Here are the books. And remember, if you guys don't know, mathematics behind 5 and 6 man flex slips, right? The most profitable slip types on PrizePicks. You must be playing 5 and 6 man flexes if you want to be profitable over the long term. And then also, by putting in plays that have above 54.3+% chance to hit via the sports books, their true fair odds percentage, you are setting yourself up for long-term profitability, right? So if our average fair odds percentage is above 54.3+%, that's going to be a long-term profitable slip here on PrizePicks. So that's what we're looking for. We have multiple plays above that already, so we can kind of dip down below and find another play for this Friday slate, right? So we have currently 4 picks into our PrizePicks slip. We need just one more to go ahead and get this off for a 5 or 6 man flex. Norman Powell over 0.5 blocks. Blocks plus steals. Sorry, we have that. Mike Conley over 2.5 rebounds. So it's kind of up to you. Like, what do you want to do? These are pretty much right around the same odds percent to hit. I personally am going to take Mike Conley over 2.5 rebounds just because of the data shown, right? We only have 3 books that have lines for this Norman Powell line at 0.5 blocks plus steals. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. So double the books that are trending in the direction of this being a favorable play at minus 138 average odds. So basically right around the same as Norman Powell, but we have more data points. More data points, the more confident you can be that this play should be priced at this minus 138 instead of us getting it at minus 119. So basically the market is saying this has a favorable chance to hit. PrizePicks has this priced at minus 119, which is technically saying that they believe this is a less likely play to hit. But we are able to take advantage of it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in as our last leg. Mike Conley over 2.5 rebounds. Boom. So that's going to be a five flex slip here on PrizePicks, straight from the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you guys want access to it, linked in the description of this video. You guys can get access to Daily Grind Fantasy. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And let's cash. Peace.